What's going on, guys? We have some boxes to choose from tonight again. It's been a very bad week to be a Met fan. Once again. You'll buy something for $4, nothing more, says Steven. Let's see. I did have somebody who messaged me to cancel all of their bids and then didn't message me what those bids were until last second. So I didn't see that they were what they were trying to cancel. So I will have a couple spots available. I think 4 total tonight. Let's see if any of them are going to be $4. Does not look like a couple of them are. All right, let's see. Let me start by dropping in the leftovers, and then I'll drop in the other spots that weren't paid for. All right, I'm going to drop the prices of all of the bids that he won a little bit. Let me start by, let's see, Poppy Tom, lifelong Phillies fan. I bet you're appreciating the last week plus that the Mets have been having. All right, so we have 13 players left over. It's $6 total if anybody wants to pick up that lot of pros. We also have the insert-only lot. For those of you guys who are new to our breaks, that means just the guys who are not listed on eBay. And Mike is always our guy with the fast fingers there. $25 there, Mike, like always. Then we have the guys that were not paid for by that one buyer. And that list looks like this. It is Hyunsuk Jang for $10, Jung-Ho Lee for $4, Steven. Ha-Sung Kim for $25, and Chen Wei Lin for $20. I dropped all of those prices, probably about 20% from what he bid in case That guy bid them up a little bit too high. There he is, Steven. Did you see what I did there? I might have dropped Lee a little bit extra to try and make that $4 threshold for you. Oops. Should say $4. There we go. So Steven grabbing that spot. Mike grabbing the inserts. My mouse. Where did my mouse go? There we go. Takumi, that's what it looks like that happened. It would appear that way. There is a theme in those names, isn't there? All right, so we still have, if anybody wants to pick anything up, we still have the leftover lot, which is 13 players for $6. We have Hyunsuk Jang for $10, Haesung Kim for $25, and Chenwei Lin for $20. Is Kim's auto in this product? I've never pulled one. So I can't say 100%, but I would assume it is. No Phillies left, Poppy Tom, unless there's one in the insert only lot, which the leftover lot, which I don't think scanning through. No, there are no Phillies in that list. Anybody that used to be a Philly? Not even anybody that used to be a Philly. All right, let's see. Takumi says Kim does not have an auto. It is definitely possible. We did have Corey Lewis, not to blow his cover if he's in here, but we did have Corey Lewis buy his own spot tonight and a few other spots. Not sure if he's joining. I tried to message him, but didn't get a response back. Let's see. 2025 Bowman. Mike grabbing the leftover pros for $6. Thank you for the payment on that, Mike. And if anybody wants to grab spots who doesn't have my Venmo or PayPal, I can drop that into the chat. Takumi says he's not cool enough to have all the pay platforms. Venmo or PayPal? Let me just see. Let me skim through the autograph list pretty quickly here and try and find the rookies. All right, the rookie list. Sung Kim, it looks like you are correct. He does not have a regular autograph. And then the anime checklist. Rookie be your favorite. Rockstar Rookie, Retrofractor, Hobby Stars. I don't see. There has to be an anime autograph checklist. I don't see it. Anime. He is in the anime checklist. Okay, Well, I give anybody a chance who wants to pick up either. We have Matthew chasing the Imanaga spot and that anime card. So let's see the remaining spots that we have left. I'll drop in one more time, and then we'll give you guys anybody a second who wants to grab those. We will start choosing the boxes so we can get started shortly. Okay, so we have 4 jumbo boxes to choose 2 of. So that will be box number 1 over to the side, 2, 3, and 4. First 2 people to pick a number 1 through 4 in the chat can choose the boxes that we're going to open of jumbo tonight. And then we'll go to hobby. We got off to a super good start and had a pretty nice finish last week. The middle slowed down for a little while, so we'll see what kind of consistency we can have across this one. That etched in glass of Jace Young and Jesus Madej coming out of the first box, or the first 2 boxes we opened last week was crazy. Nice Thomas White autograph. I can't remember what the other big autograph was that we pulled. I think we pulled a Quinn Matthews. Let's see. Takumi says, Joe, did I sneak in a lightning round in the middle of bidding? What? I was talking to somebody at eBay recently because Brian had told me that he read somewhere on Reddit that they were thinking of doing what's it called? Sudden death auctions on eBay. And the person at eBay said they've never heard anything like that. So Brian's lying to us. We have 2 and 3 that we're gonna pull for the jumbos. So let me put the other ones back down to the case. So number 1 and 4 will be ripping next week. I'm still working on getting a sapphire box. I have a couple offers out there. We'll see if I can get that in time for posting next week. There were about 20 spots or so that closed. Oh no, really? That's annoying. Sometimes my upload tool messes up and like freezes in the middle of its uploads. So it must have frozen for like 5 minutes straight or 6 minutes straight and uploaded all things that were supposed to upload it over 5 or 6 minutes all at once. That's annoying. I hate when that happens. Let's see. They were going off slowly. Then they were all off. They all went off together. I hate that. That makes bidding annoying for everybody. Was it 20 or was it more? The upload tool that I use is like, it works when it works well, which is most of the time, but their customer service is terrible. And so when things like that happen, which it does every once in a while, I just can't get anybody on the phone or online in a call to help me figure out what's going on there. All right, let's choose our hobby boxes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Choosing 3 of the 5 there. George choosing 5. Poppy Tom, who's your favorite current Philly? There's one Philly that I don't mind as much as the rest as a Met fan, and it's definitely not Bryce Harper. All right, we had Poppy Tom choose 5. We had Matthew choose 2, and we have Mike choosing 1. So 1, 2, and 5 will be our hobby boxes, and we will get things started. Drop this in one more time. If anybody, let's see, I'll make a couple of drops here. All right, I dropped those prices on those 3 guys a little bit further if anybody's interested in picking any of those guys up. But we're going to get things started. Usually try and get started by 10:10, and it's 10:16 already, so we're going to get things going. Thanks, everybody, for the patience. Going to check my phone, everyone. Ooh, actually, somebody just paid for some spots. Nice. We'll see if a celebrity baseball player joins the break at any point. It's been a while, I think. I'm trying to think of who the last player was that. Oh, guys, we have a snack pack. All right, let's pause that there and let's get into this. My first ever snack pack. Let's get all of these out, and that was a surprise. Snack pack coming out. Meb taking Jang and Lin. You got it, Meb. Let's see. They are all playing sound baseball now. Marsha's been... what's his name? Max Kepler, too. I actually used to like Max Kepler when he was a Twin. He's not the guy that I was thinking of that I would be a fan of more than the others. It was Bryson Stott. For some reason, I like Stott. All right, Meb, thank you for sending that over. I'll add that to my list here. Meb taking those two. And let's get things started with some fun right off the bat. And let's go right to the snack pack. See if we can get our biggest hit of the break in pack number 1 tonight. Never even seen the wrapper of one of these snack packs. All right, everybody, good luck. Let's see if we can start with something huge. Saw a Brave logo in the back there. Smith Pineda starts us off with the bubble gum. Behind that, the sunflower seed is Fabian Lopez. Our looks like peanut behind that is Cobb Hightower. Nice one there. And the Brave in the back is an autograph popcorn Didier Fuentes, number 4 of 5. Autograph to 5 to start the break off tonight. And my first ever snack pack. Brian, I think, pulled 1 ever. I think we were just talking about this last week, too, the fact that I hadn't ever pulled a snack pack, and it was sitting right next to us the whole time. Pineda getting the bubblegum SP. I guess there's no numbers on the non-autos. Just SSPs. Cobb Hightower with a beautiful card there. Cobb Hightower, what team did Hightower get traded to? Was he part of the A's trade, or was he part of the Orioles trade? I think the Orioles trade. All right, we'll put these SSPs all on the stand to start us off. Congratulations to the owners of those guys getting their money's worth right off the bat. Takumi, which one do you have? Guesstimate on 20 spots. Okay, it was a solid chunk. Wanted to say from E to J. Should have gone bigger on Hightower. Yeah, congrats to the Hightower owner getting a big one to start the break off. Let me just adjust where my light is so we can get that on those cards in the back. None of the snack, just happy for the owners of the spots. Yep, congrats to all of the hits from that first pack of the break, maybe the most exciting pack of the break. All right, starting us off, we have a Wave Refractor, Mitch Jebb, one of our favorites to hit seemingly in this product, 105 of 399. Connor Griffin getting the other chrome card in that pack. And we are underway. Always fun to see the snack packs, even if you're not hitting, I guess. Fun for me to pull them. All right, Mitch Jebb, we got a late first round supplemental pick on the board with our first numbered chrome card of the night. Any of our hitters of those spots in the room? Let's see. Looks like no color in that, so we'll go a couple packs at a time here. And skimming through the paper like always, we have a Luis Angel Acuna, who I really think needs to be at the major league level for the Mets right now. Johnny Lovell getting on the board early with Chrome, and Steven Echeverria. I don't think Steven's dad was in the break tonight. Josue De Paula getting the first insert of the break. Dowell Joseph and Dylan Fine getting our other two Chromes in that pack. No etchy breaks tonight with Ed not being here. We renamed our break. Actually, I told him I was going to do that, and I forgot to. I have to go back and rename the last break at the etchy break, because we hit a nice card of his son in that one. I was very, very due for a snack pack, Meb. We have a couple of hits coming up in this one, starting with a really nice one, Eduardo Quintero, number 6 of 50 there on the gold paper. It was interesting. It was in the middle of the paper stack that time. We have a Connor Griffin VIP and a Cameron Sullivan Reptilian with a Romeo Sanabria Chrome. So lots of excitement to start things off already. Good picking on the box. Whoever picked this one tonight, I don't remember the order that I put him in to remember who called for this hobby box. Nice Quintero. I think we'll put that one up in the display too. We're gonna run out of room extremely quickly tonight. Haven't even hit our first official autograph yet. Let's see. Mev, did you have a family member, Anderson, join the break tonight? Also, there was another Anderson bidding tonight. First time I've ever seen a second Anderson in one of our breaks. Oh, I saw that, Takumi. The Charizard. My brother sent me the video, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, he pulled a Charizard, didn't he? And he hit the foil Charizard. I think that's the most expensive Pokemon card. I texted my brother back, and I was like, some people just get all the luck in the world. Emil Morales on the top 100. Engith Arena and Humberto Cruz Chromes. Paulinho Santana and Blake Walters Chromes. Keeping things moving in search of our first autograph. No color there. Let's do a couple packs. You sold that Charizard card for $300 because you played with it too much. Well, I guess, yeah. It's not the most expensive card if it was played with in the 1990s and all scratched up or beat up in some way. I never even owned one when I was a kid. I see a blue wave coming up here. Let's see if that's going to be just a numbered refractor or our auto. Jace Young, Rockstar Rookies, and it's going to be a blue wave. Beautiful hit. We are starting off hot again tonight. 120 of 150 blue wave. Slade Caldwell. Jacob Bresnahan on the chrome. Cam Smith, top 100. Braden Montgomery and Wenhui Pan chromes. Ashley Andujar and Alex Mooney chromes. But our hits are coming out nicely so far. Slade Caldwell and Eduardo Quintero and Mitch Jebb all getting numbered hits in box number 1 to add to our snack pack. I think I'm already going to have to take this Mitch Jebb down off the stand so we could fit the Caldwell up there. Honestly, the Caldwell should probably go up on the main stand right now. Let's put the Pineda down to the side. Bubblegum will be the first one off the main display. Yeah, Mrs. Reaction was crazy. We have another Reptilian coming up here. Walker Jenkins, Greatness Loading, playing pretty well in Double-A right now. Corey Lewis. Is he in the room to see his Reptilian pulled? Zach Showalter Chrome. Reptilian Corey Lewis on the board. Twins prospect 2022. Interesting that it took them a couple years to get Corey Lewis in this product, but there he is with the Reptilian, getting a hit early. Yeah, I found a couple of my old Pokemon cards when I was cleaning out my room during COVID, but none of them were really worth even sending to get graded. They were all played with a little bit more than would have worked for grading. So I feel your pain, Steven. We have a top 100, Augustin Ramirez, Pablo Guerrero Chrome, Hyung Chan Chrome, Aaron Estrada, and Luke Sennard. Well, if we all didn't play the game, I guess there would have been a lot more in good shape, and it probably wouldn't have been worth as much. So let's see. We have a lime green paper coming up here. Carson Benj, the hottest guy in the hobby right now, seemingly. Jack Lines Chrome and Josh Noth on the lime green, number 251 of 399. Another first rounder getting an early hit tonight. Noth on the DL, but first rounder for the Brewers, and everybody the Brewers seem to put their the Brewers seem to touch ends up being a good player nowadays. So maybe that's maybe Josh Noth will pan out into something big. Makes me wonder how many big hits got damaged by kids playing with them, or how many were sitting on unopened boxes. I'm sure a lot of them. I mean, I guess it's the thing that creates some of the value, though, the fact that they were all beat up when we were kids. So lots of value got decreased in those cards because of the game. Whoa. Slippery cards. Yeah, because of the games. I found my MLB Showdown cards recently too, and I was going through some of them, and one of the nicer ones I found was a hollow Albert Pujols that I actually sent to get graded, and that came back as an 8. So I was honestly pretty content having that as a fun PC card in a PSA slab. Lazar Montes getting a top 100. Charlie Condon, one of our first big names on the board. Owen Wild. Jackson Jobe, Rockstar Rookies. Tugboat Wilkinson, Slade Caldwell, second big name on the board in Chrome, adding to his other hit that he already has on the board with the Blue Wave. Greatness Loading. Jacob Wilson, Eduardo Quintero, also 2 hits now, and Jan Carlos Lara. So a couple of guys having a really nice first box with Quintero and Slade Caldwell, already getting a Chrome and a numbered card on the board. Did anybody see the Mets' luck this weekend against the Brewers? Literally, the Brewers can't do anything wrong right now. They were up 1 run going into the 8th inning last night, and then got a flyout that was overturned because Wilson Contreras spotted that there was a pitch clock violation, and then on the next pitch he hit a 2-run home run to close the game. And then today, the Brewers tied the game up on a Bryce Terang run after he walked on what should have been strike 3. And the night before that, they win the game on an outfield assist from the center fielder on a Marte play where I feel like he slid weirdly into the base. Like he slid at a weird angle that seemed to make it easier to throw him out. We have a Max Clark VIP. Bryce Rayner getting our mini diamond. Jacob Wright Chrome. We have our first red rookie, it looks like, coming up here, and it is Jackson Jobe having a nice box. Behind that, Hobby Legends of Aaron Judge, Andrew Morris, and Luis Morejo Chromes. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Dansby Swanson up behind us. And Dansby Swanson at least looks like prolonging the game for another batter. All right, let's see. A bunch of messages coming in. Next up, Noth colored auto for Sean. That would make his night. Let's see what we could do. Remember pulling that random pack, a Toys R Us pack for like $4? Yeah. $4 packs and what those things would be worth now. I haven't even looked to see what a sealed pack of Pokemon cards first edition would go for at this point. I'm sure it's hundreds, if not 1,000-ish. Still looking for our auto here. Let's go 2 packs at a time and see if we can see where we find it. We have a VIP, Christian Moore, Kyle Teal, and Yancel Louise Chrome. Josh Noth, not quite an autograph, but another hit on the board. Christian Campbell Chrome. Nice 2-card box for Noth starting things off. And Sean. Let's see. Sorry, Joe, fan of the beer makers. Takumi, you're a Brew Crew fan. I mean, honestly, I can't. I've always sort of had a soft spot for the Brewers. Not that they've ever been one of my favorite teams, but I've never disliked them. So despite them sweeping us in a crazy manner this weekend, I don't hate the Brew Crew at all. Jace Young on the Rookie of the Year favorites, Hayden Alvarez and Emil Morales. And Jay-Z closes the game out for the Cardinals with whoever's closing in place of Hensley now, who has not necessarily looked great for the Mets since we acquired him. We have a top 100 of George Clausen, Bo Walker, and Arun Escobar Chromes. 2 more packs left. We got thick pack and a less thick pack. So let's hope that means we have a color auto coming up here in this thick one. It is going to be a refractor to 499 auto. There's a Luis Pena paper. Our autograph is Arun Escobar, back-to-back packs. Not a bad autograph to hit out of the hobby box. 229 of 499 on the refractor auto, and it's looking good centering-wise. It's a nice-looking Arun Escobar there. Jesus Tolero and Cam Caminiti Chromes. So first box, very nice. Down to the auto. One of the better prospects in the product, getting an autograph to $4.99 in the hobby. It's a nice way to do things. Let's go Arun Escobar next to the Didier Fuentes auto to 5. And let's put the Smith Pineda and the Fabian Lopez on the stand together back there so we can keep them both in the picture. Got money on the Cardinals. Matthew, congrats. You got that final score there. Let's see. Blake Perkins throw. Yeah, that Blake Perkins throw to get Marte was perfect. 1 hop right to the glove. We have our X-Fractor coming up. Jesus Madej getting a paper card. Kobe Mayo, Greatness Loading. And Conrad Kaysen getting the X-Fractor with Mitch Jebb adding a Chrome card. So a lot of people in that box. That is actually really interesting. Almost all of the players, if not all of the players who got a hit in that box, also had a Chrome card. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's weird collation there. Conrad Kaysen being the last one. We're going to stick with hobby for the next one, and then I'll let you guys choose the order after that. Bazana got promoted to AAA already today. Wow. And Meb saying Escobar is legit. What does our Philly fans say? What does our Philly fan think about Arun Escobar in his minor league org? Meb, have you seen him play in person yet? The Phillies are Clearwater, right? So the Phillies are a Florida minor league team. And we have our box empty. No snack pack in back-to-back boxes. Let's get things started. No, but you heard a lot about him. I mean, every time I've heard people talk about him, they've been saying good things. So I haven't seen him personally either, but haven't heard anybody say a bad word about him. All right, let's go through 2 packs to start here. We are starting off with a Justin Crawford top 100, PJ Morlando and Cam Smith getting on the board. If we get a new collation, that's not a bad thing at all. Ismail Javier, and there's Hyunsuk Jang. So all new names on the board there with the JJ Weatherholt paper in the back. There is Morlando. Let me take a sip of water and we'll keep going. And let's switch to LV Network. All right, here we go. No, but they're all really high in him, says Poppy Tom, the Philly fan. They held Painter, who the A's wanted, for Mason Miller. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Speaking of Painter, there we go. Meb doing his magic again. I definitely would not have given up Andrew Painter for Mason Miller. And we have a little fun color match here. Connor Norby, teal on that Marlin jersey, numbered 53 of 125 Rockstar Rookies. We've had some interesting Connor Norby cards. Not the guy that we wanted to chase in this product, but we've hit some fun ones of him. James Wood Rockstar Rookies, Sammy Hernandez, and George Clausen Chromes. So fun pack there, getting Wood on the board, getting Clausen on the board, and getting a color match teal Rockstar Rookies, Connor Norby. I think it was Rookie of the Year favorites that we hit of Norby, and I think it was numbered to 50 on an auto earlier this year. And we've hit a couple other Norby refractors. Can't remember what the other ones were off the top of my head. We have a Reptilian, so we'll go right to this pack. Kevin McGonigal, Greatness Loading, Aspel Gonzalez on the Reptilian, and Christian Moore Chrome. Phil's minor leagues are loaded right now. Yeah, I don't know how it happened. Like I feel like draft-wise, I mean, obviously Painter and Justin Crawford were guys they drafted and they've developed slowly. But I feel like the people over the last couple of years that they've drafted, like Aiden Miller, has kind of dropped off a little bit this year. But somehow the minors still feel very loaded for the Phillies. Weatherholt getting a Hobby Legends, Edglin Perez, and there's our first Franklin Arias of the night. Get that one right into a top loader for the Arias spot. Handful of big names on the board in Chrome already, and a handful of interesting cards already out of this second hobby box. We'll finish off the stack here with a Hagen Smith top 100, Kellen Lindsay, and Cody Freeman Chromes. And head right into the second stack. Let's see if nothing colorful there. Let's open up another pack. Miller's playing well in Reading now. Yeah, I know he had a tough start, but I hadn't checked in a little while. Let's see what we have here. That's 2 inserts or what that second shiny looking card is. Jackson Holiday on the Hobby Legends and Braden Taylor top 100. So 2 inserts in the pack. Gary Gill-Hill, and there's our first JJ Weatherholt Chrome. Behind that, we have a Sean Keys, and there's our first Nick Kurtz Chrome, the likely Rookie of the Year in the American League, although, I mean, kind of runaway Rookie of the Year at this point. But Roman Anthony looking pretty good. I had a futures bet on Roman Anthony to be Rookie of the Year. I thought after a while it had been too long and there was no chance he was going to get a long enough look to have Rookie of the Year votes, but seems like he could end up being the number 2 candidate in the American League Rookie of the Year. Matt Shaw and Rhett Lauder were my National League bets, so those are both quite dead. All right, we have a Chase Burns VIP, Lucas Ramirez Reptilian, Gregory Barrios Chrome, Drew Thorpe Rockstar Rookies, Victor Rodriguez, and O'Neill Perez Chromes. So no repeats in the Chromes so far. We love that. Miller's also only 20. He was I guess that means he was a high schooler when he was drafted. 2020. Yeah, 2023 draft, right? Ryan Fitzgerald, first career hit as a home run. Oh, we got some color coming up here. Let's go right to this. I think Yellow Wave we have coming up, or Yellow X-Fractor. And it's going to be non-first. What a week to hit this one. Like I said before, Carson Bench seeming like he might be the hottest guy in the hobby right now. 58 of 75 Yellow X-Fractor for Benj. Yumin Lin getting the other Chrome card in that pack. Benj with a beauty. Benj has been on fire in the Mets organization right now and could be the reason that they didn't make a bigger move for a center fielder besides Cedric Mullins at the trade deadline. Drew Jones getting a top 100, Tink Hence, and Caleb Lomavita Chromes. Let's see, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the break the Facebook group. No hits or no color in that one. Let me drop the Facebook group info in. Oops, wrong button. Oy. For anybody who is new to our breaks, we have a Facebook group, little Hot Ice Breaks and Issue Breaks community. If anybody's interested in checking out our other team breaks that we have on the the Facebook page, just drop the link into the chat. We have a Smith Pineda and Carlos Tavares Chromes on the board. Seems like more and more players are getting into the hobby. I think it was Matt Stram was doing some content with Bryce Harper on trying to get Bryce Harper a little bit more involved in the hobby and into collecting. Definitely seems like it's getting more popular amongst the players themselves. We have a Kevin Alcantara, Rookie of the Year favorites, die cut. Leo DeVries and Aspel Gonzalez Chromes. There's Arun Escobar again. Leo DeVries again with the Greatness Loading. Max Clark and Cameron Sullivan Chromes. Boy, the Reds just a game and a half behind the Mets for the final wild card spot. So much for the days of us having the best record in the in Major League Baseball. Looks like we have another Red rookie coming up here. Let's go to that, and it is the now Major Leaguer again, Hurston Waldrop, getting the rookie card. Thomas White getting a first. David Ortiz Jr. first Chrome as well. Zaire Hope top 100. Sung-Chi Chang and Malcolm Moore Chromes. Donovan is looking for the one of himself. Who did I see that made a trade for their one of one recently also? Gavin Williams. The guy who almost no-hit the Mets this week. I was half rooting for it to happen, so they would fire Eric Chavez, and then they fired Eric Chavez after they got one hit anyway, so it worked out. Speaking of Aiden Miller, there he is on the VIP. The Ooh, nice way to do the mini diamond. Josue Briseño, another nice name, getting a good hit on the board. Jose Perdomo, chrome behind that. So Josue Briseño on the board with a hit. Another one of the players in what seems to be an increasingly loaded Tigers minor leagues too. Man, there have been some good hits in this one so far in the first two boxes. I want to get those cards up in display at some point, but with that snack pack, it's a very busy display back there. And we have a printing plate. We're gonna get a 1 of 1 tonight too, on top of the snack pack and everything else we've already hit. All right, guys, good luck. 1 of 1 coming up here. Printing plates, non-auto, Alejandro Rosario with a Jose Pirela behind that. 1 of 1 magenta printing plate of a top 100 prospect who is also on the shelf, but big prospect nonetheless, Alejandro Rosario. Man, if the owners, I'm a Rosario like mini collector. Not one of my big PCs or not one of my big guys I'm collecting, but fan of Rosario. We might have to have some conversations about that card. Just as Takumi says, 1 of 1. We get the 1 of 1 printing plate. You know what? That also deserves to be up in the display. Let's see. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take down. Can't do that. Can't do that. Gotta leave the snack pack cards up there. We'll put the snack packs and the Rosario, but then we can't see that one. All right, fine. We'll leave them on the stand together, but get the Rosario up there as well. And we haven't even hit our autograph from this box yet. Loaded first 2 boxes. We have a Samuel Basallo VIP, Ricardo Yan, and Samuel Basallo again in chrome. I know, really. I've had that thought a few times. I feel like Brian's board gets a little too busy and too hard to see, but on nights when you need the space like this, I need that board. We have Adel Amador on the Rookie of the Year favorites, Rafael Flores and Didier Fuentes chromes. I know half the time I'm jealous of Brian's board. I don't even know where he got that or who made that for him. Steven says, if I don't get a card, can I get that 101? You could talk to the Alejandro Rosario owner about it. Still looking for the auto in this one. It was in our second to last pack in the first one. Speaking of Roman Anthony, there he is on the top 100. Esteban Gonzalez and Quinn Matthews with a Quinn Matthews paper. Why does that keep happening tonight? You're asking for a friend? Alejandro Rosario owner, are you in the chat? We have what appears to be a base autograph coming in the second box, and it is Bo Walker with the BW script, Cole Fontenelle, and Chase Mobley chromes. So autograph number 3 of the night, because we got the extra from the snack pack, is Bo Walker. Base auto. Sleeve up our Quinn Matthews as well and go to our final pack. And then let me know in the chat if we want to skip to a jumbo box next or if we want to go last hobby before we go jumbos. Dylan Cruz on the board for the first time in chrome with the greatness loading. Cobb Hightower gets another hit with a Joffrey Rodriguez behind that in base. So Joffrey base, Cobb Hightower X-Fractor, and a Dylan Cruz greatness loading. Fun way to finish off that last pack of box number 2. Hobby save the jumbo, says Takumi. Then that's what we'll do. Steven agrees. Steven says, I agree, and then says to disagree. Well, Takumi beat you, so hobby it is. Let's see if we can get 3 nice hobby boxes tonight. No more snack packs on the board tonight. After the fun one that we started off with. All right, box number 3 is empty. And we are ready to finish off the final hobby box. All right, here we go. Starting us off quietly for the first time. I feel like we usually have hits in pack number 1. Another quiet pack. We'll do 3 to start the box off. All right. First 3 packs, we do have a red rookie coming up, and it is a nice one. Brooks Lee, Elvin Garcia, and Dowell Joseph. I really think that they should put red rookies in Bowman Chrome, expand the chase for Rookie of the Year, because it seems like both leagues might end up being guys that were not in the checklist. Ethan Salas, top 100, Aiden Smith, and Romeo Sanabria. So some repeats, some new names there. Dylan Cruz getting a second card on the board with the Rookie of the Year favorites. Kadeem Diao. Oh, and there was a hit here. Fabian Lopez getting his second hit of the break. Lopez with the, what's it called, sunflower seed, and now getting a wave refractor, number 320 of 399. Always a hit in that first pack, it seems. The way that we pull them out of the box. See if that means autograph is in the second to last pack again in this third box. Third box. Fabian Lopez wave, Dylan Cruz, Rookie of the Year favorites, back-to-back packs with Dylan Cruz hits, Sanabria and Brooks Lee getting the Rookie of the Year favorites. A couple of nice names on the board already for those. Let's see. That's every time I watch Hour Breaks, you feel like you need to watch more Rookie of the Year. I wonder why. We have a mini diamond coming up here. Sebastian Walcott, VIP. Samuel Basayo, nice way to do the mini diamond if it wasn't going to be a first. And Blake Walters, Chrome, 2 Walters on the board. Is that Anthony? Wait, is Anthony Recker on MLB Network now? Wow, since when has Recker got the gig at MLB Network? He used to be an SNY guy after he retired. We have a Marcelo Mayer top 100, Angetha Reyna, and Umberto Cruz Chromes. Johnny Lavelle and Paulinho Santana Chromes. So I think we might be seeing all repeats now in the Chrome names. Has anybody looked at Elian Pena's stats, the Mets international signing this year, who they paid, I think it was a record international signing. He started off really slowly. Let's see what we have coming up here. He had like under a 100 average for a while. Wow, I think this might be the first time I've ever seen this Nick Cruz top 100 card. Number 32 to Rookie of the Year. Seaver King and Joffrey Rodriguez on the board for the second time there. Rookie of the Year favorites, Trey Sweeney, Walker Jenkins, and Yostinson Garcia. See what Yostinson's path to the majors looks like. I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago that he had a Finley offering out there. So if you wanted to throw money down and he made more than like $50,000 $50 million in his career earnings, you would get like a 3.3x return on your investment. I thought about doing it finally, and I went to click the button, and the offering had already sold out. Looks like this could be our autograph coming up. Potential base autograph, and it is of Chase Mobley. So we're doing things in a different order in this box. Chase Mobley base auto, Jeremy Cabrera and Hagen Smith chromes. So that is our third autograph, or actually fourth autograph out of the hobby portion, with the extra Didier Fuentes popcorn numbered 4 of 5. I forgot what I was saying. I'll remember it at some point, but let's see what's going on in the chat. Anyone try Topps Chrome Value or Mega? Saw a bunch in a couple of big box stores. I have not seen any, but New York City is not a huge place for retail wax. I think stores got scared during COVID of runs of people trying to get retail wax, and it stopped retail wax from being a thing in New York. We have a Christian Moore Greatness Loading, Luke Sennard X-Fractor, and Travis Bazzana Chrome. Let's see. Takumi says, didn't get any of them. Price per card is a little scary for Takumi. Meb says, bought a few Chrome Blasters. Too many faux hits for you. Does that mean like retail only refractors, Meb? Just saw a paper Jeremy ready for something big. Well, there was a Chrome Jeremy as well. Assuming we're talking about the same Jeremy. No color there. And let's see. We have Bryce Eldridge, top 100. Zaire Hope, Chrome. D'Angelo Ortiz. Now we have all new names all of a sudden in the Chrome cards. Sammy Stafora and Jared Sundstrom. So a nice run of players that we're seeing for the first time. We have some New York City Sirens in the background, but I don't know what hits we have left to still pull out of this hobby box. I don't know how much luck these Sirens could bring us this time. People say that were loaded, but print run means it's all fake. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, retail print runs are crazy. Every once in a while, I see a bunch of like nice hits coming out of retail that people post. And I'm like, why are we putting all of these nice hits in these retail boxes? But there's so many out there that it's got to be extremely rare. Was it Darren or Chris that was pulling all those McGonagalls out of retail in Bowman? We have a Hagen Smith Greatness Loading Reptilian of Will Simpson, Jack Lyons Chrome, Rockstar Rookies, Drew Thorpe, Carson Benj back on the board in Chrome, and Eduardo Quintero back on the board in Chrome for the second time. 2 Chrome Quinteros and 1 gold paper Quintero. Will Simpson getting, that might even be Will Simpson's first Chrome card of this break. Getting the Reptilian there. Smelling an anime coming up, says Matthew. Matthew, I was thinking I was smelling a Retrofractor tonight, but I think what I was smelling must have been the snacks. We'll see what else big we can get to come out of these boxes. We have a Spencer Jones top 100. I think it might be the first time I've seen that one too. Luis Pena finally getting on the board with a Chrome card there. Giancarlos Lara Chrome. Let's see if that means there's a Jesus Madej coming up soon. Matt Wilkinson and Sebastian Walcott Chromes. No Jesus Madej yet. But another one of our big names, Luis Pena, getting on the board in Chrome for the first time. I know we've seen him in paper a couple of other times. Braylon Payne, and there he is. Always behind Braylon Payne, the Jesus Madej. Jesus Madej getting on the board in Chrome for the first time. Steven says he smells it. Which one do you smell? Let's see. Takumi says, I also wonder if they front load the retail releases to create hype. That would be a bold move. Not impossible, though. Cooper Pratt VIP, Chase Burns, and Slade Caldwell Chromes. Slade on the board for, I believe, the second time in Chrome on top of his Blue Wave Refractor. Got a nice stack of nice Chrome firsts building up. Can we get an orange tonight? Only a couple of packs left to try and find something numbered to 25. It's going to get a little tougher now with that yellow pattern coming out. Drew Jones, number 60 of 75, getting one of our last few hits out of the hobby section. Nick Kurtz, VIP, Andrew Painter, Reptilian, and Connor Griffin, Chrome. Jace Young, Rockstar Rookies, another Andrew Painter there in base, and Will Simpson. I was saying to my dad this weekend that I think that at some point Connor Griffin will end up being the number one prospect in minor league baseball. And he asked me if I thought that Leo DeVries might be better. And that got me thinking that now that he's their timelines might end up being pretty similar. So there could be a point in time where it's a battle for who will be the number one prospect between Leo DeVries and Connor Griffin, with Griffin being a high school kid and DeVries being as young as he is. Let's see. Meb saying, I think they printed thousands of Bowman after release went crazy. I mean, checklist. I always said this checklist was going to be one that people loved, and the prices seem to reflect that, and the demand for retail maybe as well. We have a Jonathan Long on the board for the first time, and Emilian Petrie. The last 2 years, the initial Bowman release has been very, very solid. We have a top 100 Matt Shaw, Caden Kendall, and Dylan Fine Chromes. 2 more packs left out of the hobby portion. Let's see. No color here. And let's open the final pack, and we'll go through both of them. They started selling them in lids, too, I think. Definitely a lot of them around. 2 inserts in this one. Let's see if one's color. Jackson Churio, not numbered. James Wood, Greatness Loading. Nice card there. Charles McAdoo, and our second, Steven Echeverria. And there's the orange. And it's a nice one. Last pack of hobby. We get our orange, number 2 of 25. Greatness Loading, Walker Jenkins. We finally get a Jonah Tong behind that, and a Santiago Suarez. So we started off in a huge way in the hobby section of the break, and we ended in a huge way in the hobby section of the break. I really need I need Brian's display stand today. Too many hits to fit up there, and we haven't even started jumbos yet. I'm going to shift over some of these cards so we have room for the jumbos, and then we'll get moving with those. Let's see. Dick's Sporting Goods had 1,000 blasters, and the 6 you got best hit Reptilians. Yeah, I've seen that occasionally as well. Well, if that's the case, I still have a bunch of blasters from the original order from Topps. I wouldn't hate if that meant that we have some loaded stuff that we're going to break in the group eventually. Fewest innings pitched by starting pitchers this season. Mets in second. Who was that fourth last? All right, come on, Jumbos, says Takumi. Takumi, who are your big names that we're chasing in this one? Oh, do the Mets ever seem to find ways to lose right now? Starting to feel like, what was it, 3 years ago when the Mets lost to the Padres in the first round of the playoffs with home field advantage. Brilliant start to the season, and then they just absolutely fell apart in the second half. Seems to be what's happening again this year. All right, let's see the first jumbo of the night. All right, so we have a 1 of 1 tonight. We have a 1 of 5. We have a number to 25. We have a number to 50. Doing all right. Number to 150. Couple of SSPs. Definitely en route to be a top 3 break of the year for us. We like a big name autograph at some point to solidify that. I feel like that's the thing we're missing at this point. Bowman has been pretty scarce on the shelves in James's area. All right, let's see what we're going to start things off with our jumbos. See when Pete's going to hit his record-breaking home run for the Mets. Tied Strawberry today for the most home runs in franchise history. They put out a really awesome Topps Now card. We have Jackson Holiday, Jackson Jobe, Cam Smith, Greatness Loading, and VIP Charlie Condon. Seaver King, there's Yarmy Cabrera in chrome again, Hagen Smith, Jose Perella, and Samuel Basayo. So a lot of repeats there in chrome with the top 100 of Xavier Isaac going to that insert-only lot. Topps Now put out a card with Pete and Strawberry on it, and the 1 of 1 has an inscription autograph where Strawberry wrote "Congratulations, Polar Bear," and Pete signed it, "Thanks, Straw," or something like that. That would be a fun one to own as a Met fan. And this seemed like it was going to be a fun one to own at the beginning of the season. We'll see if Jacob Wilson still has a chance at Rookie of the Year with the red rookie there. But our first autograph is a base J.J. Weatherholt. I said we needed a marquee autograph, and that is it. J.J. Weatherholt, JJW Auto. That's really good looking too. Surface, centering, and corners on that one at a quick glance are looking really nice. Stafora, Sundstrom, Fuentes, Quinn Matthews, and another Cobb Hightower hit with the Reptilian. And in the back, Kevin McGonigal, whose name we haven't said enough yet tonight on the top 100. That is a beautiful J.J. Weatherholt auto there. Coming in base form, but we'll take that. Cobb Hightower owner certainly enjoying the break tonight. 3 hits on the board for Cobb Hightower, I think now. I think it was an X-Fractor, a Reptilian, and the Popcorn SSP. Brian just saw that we pulled a snack pack and sent me a message. Man, Carson Benj green first non-auto just went for $52 on eBay. The Benj market is insane right now. You can't there's nothing left. There are no first refractors anywhere. Quinn Matthews, Didier Fuentes, Jared Sundstrom, and Sammy Stafora, all I believe getting their second chrome card of the break tonight. We'll finish off this row, then we'll go second row and all the other stacks because that's where our first autograph was, the JJ. I'll check what's going on in the chat after this pack. We have a VIP Walker Jenkins. Zaire Hope getting on the board for the second time. Andrew Painter, Will Simpson, Chase Mobley, and Joffrey on the board for the third time. And top 100 of Christian Campbell. Oh, first woman in baseball history umping a game today. Did she go behind home plate too? All right, let's see. My mic is scratchy. Is anybody else having trouble hearing me? I'm not sure what I would do in that case. Has it been like that for a little while? Joshua says, please pull me at least one Bobby Witt Jr. All right. It is scratchy. Damn. Okay. It's choppy for like the last 5 minutes. Ugh. Okay. All right. Then before I open the next pack, I am going to restart the stream, and we'll see if that fixes things. Actually, hold on. Let me just see before I do that if I could like mute it and turn it back on and see if that does anything. I don't think I'm going to be. All right. I actually was able to. Did muting and unmuting do anything to fix it? I'll do one pack, and while I do the one pack, let me know if anything changed after that. No. All right, I'll do the one pack, then I'll restart the stream. All right, we have Jace Young on a red rookie, so another nice red rookie. Aaron Judge, Hobby Legends, Aiden Miller, Peyton Eels on the board for the first time, Cade Horton, Aspel Gonzalez, and Malcolm Moore. And in the back, top 100 of Trey Savage. All right, I'll sleeve these up, and then I will restart the stream to see if I can get the audio to fix. We've had other stream problems in the past, but scratchy mic is a new one. All right, guys, I'm going to restart the stream right now. Let me see if I can. It'll be named V2. I'll put the V2 at the beginning so everybody notices it. All right, ending the stream and restarting.